Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on how your favorite brands seem to know exactly what you want, sometimes even before you do. We're diving into the powerful world of customer analytics, from how they first find you to how they keep you coming back for more. So let me ask you this. Have you ever been scrolling online and just felt like a website was reading your mind? The perfect recommendation pops up or an ad for something you were just thinking about appears out of nowhere. I promise you, it's not a coincidence. It's all about data. Which really brings up the big question, just how well do these companies really know us? And this is the engine behind it all, customer analytics. You can think of it as the secret sauce businesses use to turn your clicks, your purchases, and even your complaints into really smart insights. It's all about understanding your behavior so they can make better decisions on everything from what products to build to what ads to show you. To really get how this all works, we've broken it down into a three-part journey. So part one is all about the introduction. It's how a business first finds and gets to grips with who its potential customers are. Let's just call it the getting to know you phase. It all starts with two key types of analysis. First, you've got demographics. This tells a business who its customers are. Pretty basic stuff, right? Age, gender, location. But the real magic, the real power, comes from psychographics. This digs so much deeper. It explores the why behind your actions, your values, your interests, your entire lifestyle. And that's where the true understanding really begins. So what do companies even do with all that who and why data? Well, they build customer personas. These are basically fictional characters, like eco-conscious Emily or tech-savvy Tom, and they're built from the data of thousands of real people. These personas are huge because they help everyone in the company visualize exactly who they're trying to help. And those personas lead right into the next step, customer segmentation. See, instead of just shouting one message to a massive, diverse crowd, companies get smart. They divide their audience into smaller, like-minded groups. This lets them tailor their message, which makes it way more relevant and, honestly, way more effective for each specific group. Of course, finding all these new customers isn't free. And that brings us to a super important metric. Customer acquisition cost, or CAC for short. The best way to think about it is like this. How much money does a business have to spend on marketing and sales just to get one new paying customer to walk through the door? It's a simple question with a really important answer. All right, so once a customer is in the door, the work is really just getting started. So in part two, we're going to look at how businesses use analytics to actually grow that relationship and, give people a reason to stick around. A classic but really powerful tool for this is the RFM model. And it's actually incredibly simple. Businesses just look at their customer list and ask three questions. 1. How recently did they buy something? 2. How frequently do they come back and buy again? And 3. What's the total monetary value of everything they've bought? The people who score high on all three, those are the VIPs. Now, you've definitely seen that frequently bought together section on Amazon, right? Well, that's powered by something called market basket analysis. It's a clever data technique that finds hidden connections between items just by looking at what we all tend to throw into our shopping carts at the same time. And the most famous, almost legendary example of this is the discovery that people buying diapers on a Friday night were also surprisingly likely to grab a six-pack of beer. Now, that kind of weird, unexpected insight is absolute gold for businesses. It helps them figure out everything from store layouts to special deals. All of this stuff feeds into a much bigger idea. You know that feeling when Netflix recommends the perfect movie or a shop shows you the exact thing you were looking for? Yeah, that's not magic. That's a personalization engine using all this analytics to predict what you're going to love next based on everything you've done before. And all of this analysis, it all points to one ultimate goal, increasing the customer lifetime value, or CLV. This isn't about just one sale. No, this is a prediction of the total profit a business thinks it can make from a customer over their entire relationship. It's about playing the long game and focusing on loyalty, not just quick wins. And that brings us to our final act, keeping those valuable customers. This part is all about listening, it's about understanding satisfaction, and it's about making sure that customers feel like they're actually being heard. One of the most direct ways they do this is with customer satisfaction analysis, or CSAT. You've definitely seen this. It's that quick little "how did we do" survey with the 1 to 5-star rating. It gives a company an immediate, right-in-the-moment snapshot of how a customer is feeling.
Another huge one is the Net Promoter Score, or NPS. It's based on one simple, powerful question. How likely are you to recommend us to a friend? The answers sort everyone into 3 buckets. You've got your promoters, these are your loyal fans. Then your passives, who are satisfied but kind of meh. And then your detractors, the unhappy folks who might even tell others to stay away.
But what about the customers who don't say anything at all? This is the question that keeps business owners up at night. How can you tell if a customer who seems perfectly happy is actually about to jump ship to a competitor?
Well, the answer is churn prediction. This is where analytics gets proactive. By analyzing behavior, like maybe you're using an app less or you haven't visited the website in a while, companies can spot customers who are at a high risk of churning or leaving. And this gives them a chance to step in and try to help before it's too late.
Ultimately, all of these little feedback methods roll up into a much broader strategy called Voice of the Customer, or VOC. This is about systematically capturing, analyzing, and then acting on all types of customer feedback, no matter where it comes from. A survey, a support call, an online review, even a random post on social media.
So, we've gone from finding customers all the way to keeping them happy. Now let's just zoom out and look at the complete picture. What actually holds all of this together and, importantly, allows companies to manage this information responsibly?
2 big pillars support all of this. First, you need a unified view of the customer. This means using technology to pull data from everywhere, your app usage, website visits, purchases, and putting it all into a single profile. And second, and this is absolutely the most important part, are the rules for governance and privacy. These are the ethical and legal guardrails that are supposed to ensure our data is handled responsibly and securely. And that really brings us to the core question of this entire topic. There's no doubt that analytics gives businesses this incredible power to create super helpful, personalized experiences. But it also forces us and them to ask, in this data-driven world, where is the line between being helpful and just being invasive?